If you wanted this job, the only way you could apply for it, the only way you could get that $75 an hour is if you happen to be white. All right. As much as I enjoy the DC conversation, we need to talk about jobs that are engaging in some pretty shitty hiring practices. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and get into the fan art section. So, this one is from Razdaz. Remember at one point a joke about the Vulpix's and Suris' background worshipping the black hole? So this is how this cursed doodle came out. I like how Hole-chan is like holding herself almost like she's about to do a pinup pose. I like that. That's cool. But all the Vulpixes, they're cultists. The next one we have here is also from Razdaz. Happy Borth, by the way. I'm so rusty at drawing. You may be rusty at drawing, but I remember some of the greatest hits you've drawn. So, this is still good. Also, this face, this is how I feel 90% of the time. This is how I feel 90% of the time. Anyway, as always, everybody, thank you all for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. Past that, if you haven't subscribed already, fucking do it! And, you know, Sylvia Silica, thank you for redeeming your points for an ara. You fucking degen. Mr. Taco Power says, Dad, can we get a cat girl / cat girl at home? No, I am the cat girl at home. Sorry. Inquisitor Kobold, thank you for redeeming your points for an Anyways, has anybody heard of a place called Arthur Grand Technologies? It's a place in Dallas, Texas. There was a job that they had for Salesforce and insurance claims. You would be a business analyst. They were offering $75 an hour for doing this job. Here's the thing, though. If you wanted this job, the only way you could apply for it, the only way you could get that $75 an hour is if you happen to be white. Now, if you don't believe me, this was the actual job applicant page there. Somebody forgot to redact some very important information from this. Only people who are born United States citizens, who are white, who are local within 60 miles from Dallas, Texas, do not share this with candidates. Guys, you fucked up a little bit. You might have made a little mistake. This project includes the implementation of Salesforce for the claims portfolio. We want 5 years of experience and at least 20 years of being white. So I want to think this was intentionally to silently blow the whistle. You know, you'd want to think that. And I wish that I had that same level of help. I wish I did. I wish I had that optimization. Or that optimism. Now, granted, Arthur Grand Technologies did offer a statement on this. That is a thing that they did. I sent you a responding clip. Okay, what? Oh, okay. Now, technically, they did have a response here. We appreciate being informed about this information and offer our sincere apologies. At Arthur Grand, we do not condone or engage in any type of discrimination based on race, color, or religion, except for the part where you did. We conducted an investigation. Ah, yes, internal investigations, always the best ones. Guys, I have an announcement. I have an announcement to make. I have concluded an internal investigation on myself, and I have found that I have done no wrong. Of course. Anytime a company does an internal investigation, I don't believe the fuck they find, because if you investigate yourself, of course you're going to find no wrong. You need a therapist to help you otherwise, unless you're like the most introspective person in the entire world. I'm using zoom-ins a lot. I think the coffee kicked in after 5 hours. I think that's great. Internal investigations never deliver truthful statements. No, not usually. We conducted an investigation and discovered that a new junior recruiter at our firm was responsible for the offending job posting. A new junior recruiter. So it both needed to be somebody who totally couldn't have been a named individual at the company who mattered in any way, shape, or form, or who was important to the company running in any way at all. No, couldn't be. Far be it from me to think that any firm based in the great state of Texas would ever involve itself in racism. We've taken immediate action and terminated their employment for violating our policy. Moving forward, we will take measures to ensure that such incidents do not occur again. Now, the question is, are we talking about such incidents as the posting going up so that your internal hiring becomes external for us all to see? Or are we talking about instead you not having racist hiring policies? Because this is worded a little vague for me. I don't know which one it actually is, and I don't think there's a way to know, and I think that's probably kind of the point. It's always some anonymous junior in some department or an external company or something like that that is at fault. It's always something like that. It has to be. It has to be. Because if it wasn't, then maybe the company might be, held responsible for some of the shit that it did. Ethnic discrimination in a company is technically pretty illegal, but it happens all the time. The only time that most people tend to care is when it's very, very blatant. This is something that more people probably should be looking at, caring about, covering, what have you, because it is a blatant view on racist hiring principles in a company based out of literally the least racist state in the US. The least racist one. Texas. Texas. Can you imagine the amount of people who could have their lives changed by a $75 an hour job? Hell, I don't even make anywhere near that much on streaming, and I'm in the top 1% of streamers on Twitch. Do you want some sobering numbers? Top 1% of streamers on Twitch doesn't mean anything. Sir, stop. I can't breathe from laughing so hard. Well, maybe it would be less funny if Arthur Grand Technologies wasn't such a goddamn joke right now. But, what can I say? What can I say? Who knows? Who knows? Said you need to be the top, 0.001% to mean something. Yeah. Now, Arthur Grand Technologies actually does have some government contracts, which means, there's technically an angle to this that we could take that says that taxpayers are funding for discrimination in the workplace. Ethnic discrimination. That's a little embarrassing, don't you think? Just a little strange there. Now, again, we don't really have a solid foundation to work from other than the actual job posting that actually leaked their hiring methods that were actually there. Was this a whistleblower? Then Arthur Grand Technologies is at fault. Was this somebody just posting as a junior? Then, well, Arthur Grand Technologies is at fault because that means that they did not do their due diligence in reviewing their own workforce hiring methods. In no way is this not just the company's fault. But, what do I know? This is where I want to throw it back to you guys. Maybe there will be something developing in this later that will give us a little more insight into what's going on. Who knows? But for now, I think that's about as far as we can go with this. This is all the information that I have on this one. So let me know what you think in the comment section below if you're over on YouTube. If you're over on Twitch, this is where you follow. This is where you hit that follow button, guys. But if you're over on YouTube, then that doesn't help any. You sub over there. Subbing over on Twitch costs money. That's different. Anyway, as always, everybody, insert end of video tagline here.